Deadly Assessment Letter to End IRS False Claims May 10, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. Okay, you have sent in your revocation of election to pay federal income taxes and identified yourself as a private lawful person, but the IRS doesn't want to take no thanks for an answer. They will often continue to send you letters and threaten and harass you in various ways even long after you have cut the cord and sailed away. In order for them to collect a tax, someone must assess a tax. In order to create a lien, someone must first assess a tax. If you refuse to do that for them, they will happily appoint someone on their staff to do it for your person. However, that IRS employee will never have any first-hand knowledge and can't validate the debt. It is this assessment process which underlies every lien and every other action they undertake without your participation or consent that is the fatal flaw in their system. If you are sick of getting letters from the IRS, especially threatening letters claiming that you owe them debts, and offering to lien your assets and take you to court, etc., send them a counter-offer. Here's an example of a clean strike letter sealed with a self-fulfilling contract. Notice that you take charge of the situation and secure your position up front. You are polite and professional. You are reasonable and give them sufficient time to respond. When they don't respond within 30 days, you stamp second notice on a copy of the same letter, write in a new registered mail number and cross out 3030 and write in 1010 on the second notice copy as the amount of time they have to respond. When they don't respond within the additional 10 days, you send a third copy of the same letter stamped final notice, and again, change the registered mail number and number of days for them to respond from 10 days to 7 days. They won't respond because they can't do so without endangering themselves. They are telling a big, fat lie and you are calling them on it. Your self-fulfilling contract has been accepted and all due process has been served. If they ever rear their ugly heads again, trot out your correspondence. This same process can be used to reply to state tax collectors. Always bear in mind that there are some persons who do owe federal income taxes, and be sure that you are not one of them before revoking or contesting with the IRS. The checklist is simple. Are you a federal employee? If so, you owe federal income taxes. Are you a dependent of a federal employee? You may owe federal income taxes, too. Are you a recipient of unearned federal welfare payments or retirement income based on federal employment? You may have to pay some back as federal income tax, but in the case of Social Security payments based on mixed federal and private sector earnings, only the portion attributable to federal employment is taxable. Please note that many veterans owe $1 or $2 of federal income taxes based on their 2-year employment in the military decades ago, but this and similar trivial income is exempted by the standard deductible. Are you a political asylum seeker, like the Hondurans at our southern border? You will owe federal income tax on any federal income you receive until your political status is changed and settled. Last, are you operating, knowingly, willingly, voluntarily, a commercial corporation or maritime vessel registered in the municipal United States, Washington, D.C.? For the vast majority of us, the answer to that one is, hell, no, I am not knowingly, willingly, or voluntarily operating any such contrivances, but now that I have been made aware that such a franchise has been created for me and in my name, I have corrected my political status and removed the franchise to a permanent domicile on the land and soil of Illinois, Minnesota, Vermont. Still, always remember that there are such things as U.S. corporations, and those corporations that have been enfranchised as U.S. citizens under the Diversity Clause of the Federal Code are subject to paying, guess what? Federal income tax. This is just another reason why you must go through the turkey trot of formally recording and reclaiming your good name and birthright political status and natural estate as an American. This is why you have to expatriate these names and establish their new permanent domicile on the land and soil jurisdiction state. Until you object to the presumption that you are conducting your business as a U.S. corporation, you owe the franchise taxes, that is, federal income tax. Until you take exception to these presumptions and record your counterclaims, the paperwork available on paperupnow.com and Article 928 on my website, www.annavonreitz.com, there is no evidence on the public record in support of your position that you are an American and not a federal citizen nor federal employee and not operating as a federal corporation franchisee, either. Okay. I don't want anyone going off half-cocked. I don't want anyone getting in trouble because they don't completely understand the web they are in or are unprepared to rebut the legal presumption of U.S. citizenship. On the other hand, I don't want Joe Average American taxed for taxes he doesn't owe and never did. I don't want to see Joe Average suffering wage garnishments that don't apply to him. I don't want to see Joe losing his home or his retirement to these voracious foreign bill collectors. The vast majority of us are naturally exempt from federal income taxes and don't get a drop of federal income. So, if you are Joe Average, get busy, record your paperwork to reclaim your birthright political status, and, when you get threatening mail after you have revoked your election to pay federal income taxes, send back a letter something like this. April 24, 2018 First Middle Last C. 01111 Any Dirt Road Town, State. 2. Department of the Treasury Internal Revenue Service Any City, Street 64XXX0010. Via registered mail number, RE 340-309-790, US. To whom it may concern, or the name of specific officer harassing you. RE. Notice CP 40, dated, April XX, 2018. I have your Notice CP 40 which is dated, April 22, 2019. If I had any federal income during the referenced year it is my intent to comply. Your offer regarding the referenced tax year is accepted and returned. I will provide an information return upon proof of claim that I had taxable federal income during the year in question. In order to reply, I must know the character, nature and venue of the alleged assessment. Please have a designated assessment officer of the Internal Revenue Service send me, 1. A dated and certified and signed assessment and 2. A copy of the supporting record used to create the assessment. I will also need the assessment officer's Internal Revenue Service employee identification number and contact information for my files. Upon receiving the signed assessment and supporting documents, they will be reviewed. If the applicability, validity and correctness of the claim is demonstrated, I will settle any debts. If I do not receive the requested documents within 30 days, I will take it as your agreement that the assessment was faulty, that no taxes are owed, and that the claim is withdrawn with prejudice. Respectfully, by First Middle Last Red Ink Thumbprint, a lawful person and attorney in fact enclose, Notice CP 40, dated, April XX, 2018. End of example letter. God bless and Godspeed you all, each and every American who takes up the challenge and learns the ropes and does the work.